So I totally got a string of advice today from someone that totally was a stranger in the likes. But sometimes you get the best advice from the market or even complete strangers. And sometimes the market, excuse me, is complete strangers in the likes. So literally just that. Let's say your company has 1.2 million followers or the likes on a social media platform. You can totally ask your market, your body base, literally that. How can I improve this service? How can I improve this phone? How can I improve this car? How can I improve this or that? Or the likes and et cetera, to make it better. And they totally give you the answers. The market will tell you what it wants, and at the same token, you give the market what it wants, and you can totally create something grand out here, very very grand in the likes. But again, what this sentiment was that this complete stranger that I bumped into and had a conversation with shared with me was just that. And he suggested that, like, because I'm located in a very, very small town in the likes. A powerful town, a town of substance, a lucrative town, but a town of young demographics and the likes. And I'm a still young demographic, so I fit in very well. But at the same token, I think that what this gentleman was suggesting is that, it's totally within reason to suggest that if you want the true opportunities, all the people that chase opportunity and they totally aren't even that talented, but yet they go to these metropolitan areas to try to seek advancement and the likes. I think that's of substance and the likes. And it's just a general truth that my videos haven't been reaching as much people as I would desire them to. I haven't been affecting as much people as I'd like to, and I think the substance is so there. The substance is so there that it's such a value to the market. And I think that even my etiquette and my appearance and also my present, oh no, more so than both those, but my etiquette and my presentation, I mean to say, is of high caliber, and it's of an entertaining sense, in the sense that if you like to learn, I think you'll like my channel. I think you'll like my channel because we talk about the most in-depth things. We talk about pivotal things and how to better ourselves and progress and get better still. Fuck it, man. Like you're 13, get better still. You're 18, get better still. You're 22, get better still. Fuck it. You're 85 and you happen to know how to use YouTube. I know it's a middle age, so more people are getting adapted to the likes. And you like my presence in the likes. Shit, I'm vibing with you too, man. It's too beautiful, and I think that you got to get better still. 85, 22, 18, 13. I think there's no one younger than 13 watching this unless they're sneaking onto YouTube. I think you have to be. I guess anybody can watch YouTube, eh? I think social media you have to be 13 to participate. That's what I think, but nonetheless, I think that we just gotta keep improving and getting better. And I think that's the general truth, that sometimes you gotta chase opportunity because you can get trapped by the okie doke. The okie doke is sometimes not so okay. And I think at the same token, my proposition in rebuttal to that idea that this gentleman suggested to me, just personally with, he was a smart individual in the likes, and maybe I've seen more life than myself. I'm 26, but I guess this gentleman was 32. So he's maybe seen some life in the likes, and I think what he suggested had accurate connotations. But at the same token, my rebuttal to that is just that. Like, sometimes you got to take advantage of where you're at. Take advantage of all the opportunity where you're at, and then totally expand in the likes. But I think it goes both ways. The coin is always double-sided, right? I think the coin is always double-sided, so I think it's within reason to expect different outcomes and different results for different people depending on how they circumvent the issues. Do you agree or disagree? Leave a fucking comment, baby. That's what it's about, man. It's such a pleasure to speak with you, and I think I'm hoping I'm inspiring you, because what I really aspire to do is I aspire to inspire. And guess what? You're not gonna believe this shit. I'm literally releasing a 20-page publication on Amazon Books and the likes. I'm still in regard thinking of the name of it, and I'm really one of my most ingenious skills is literally that I can think of genuinely creative, never before, it's been a long history in the world's history, right? What's Imagine, right? It's been a long, long time. There's been a lot of business names created. There's been a lot of ideas created in the likes. But the thing about expansion on prior knowledge is that just that you can always keep expanding and creating to a new further extent. Like, so one of my greatest things is an ideation of literally business names and ideas, more so ideas, but also like I just have a knack for like creating a name for a business that's totally epic. Like, I'm not saying that like I've had a colleague of mine. He actually went to college and the likes, and he totally suggested that. He's like, I don't. He's like, I tend to think that the name of a company is not that pivotal. You can always change it later, and that's so true. That's such valid points and principal points and the likes. But at the same token, what it amounts to is just that, and that is, sometimes a good name will give you an edge over a name that's worse. You know what I mean? Less palatable, less attractive, less aesthetic, less appealing, like, physically, mentally, and the likes, and to your mind's fucking eye, and that can also sometimes give you the edge over other companies when it's a comparison value between yourself and the other company, and the other company is comparable to your company. You know what I mean? So I think that's of value, and I know that price is a big initiative in this whole process of choosing between companies and the likes for a lot of the majority of the population. Literally, there's a very elastic population, I think. You know what I mean? But what it amounts to is just that. That is, sometimes you got to realize that you got to get better, and you got to focus on not stressing too much. And what I suggested to this dude that was giving me the advice that he was suggesting that I need to get to a bigger city in the likes, and totally take advantage of all this opportunity out here in the likes. Because, like, as a potential prospective, world citizen of the likes, it's just, like he said, and I think it's the general truth, even in a lot of rap music and hip hop music. Oh my gosh, this is so true. And it literally suggests that, your hometown and the likes can have a lot of, you get a lot of love in your hometown, but at the same token, there's a little, what is the word, baby? Oh my gosh. Animosity. Oh my gosh. I hate when words slip out of your mind. Don't you hate that shit? I hate when, like, I'm thinking I'm trying to speak fluidly, and then totally a word slips out of your mind, and you gotta like wait for a moment just to think of a word, and it's like the word was animosity, and that's a good fucking word. I like it, but you don't want to build up too much animosity around your peers and the likes, and jealousy kills, baby. At the same token, you can't fear that. Like Jay-Z said in the song, man, I'd rather die enormous than live dormant. So I love the hip hop, man. I can't lie, man. I'm inspired by those who have come from lesser situations and totally built up massive kingdoms and the likes. And even if it's temporary, that's good. But I think that's a disgrace more than I think it's good. I think it's good to have rose up from the circumstances of impoverishment or poor situated households and the likes. But totally wasting that gift. Like, individuals literally have stardom in the likes, and individuals literally make $100 million over the course of a 10-year career or 8-year career, or whatever, depending. It's getting more inflation in the markets now. So let's say 8-year career. No, let's say 10-year career to make it easy to mathematically compute. So $100 million over a 10-year career, so $10 million a year, and literally they go broke 3 years after they leave the league. That's enough money, and they should be turning that money into $250 million. You know what I mean? They should be turning that million. That they should spend some of the money, but enjoy life and enjoy the fruits of their labor. But same time, that money should be turned into so much more in the likes. So don't take it for granted, because not everybody can get these positions in the sports leagues. And everybody loves athletes because they just a prominent species in this industry and the likes. And had things been different, I probably could have participated in some professional sports, on some certain sports. But at the same token, I didn't have the 10 years of training I'm in the right sports and the likes, you know. So that's a real disgrace, you know, and the likes. And I'm not saying I would be the world's best, but you know, that's just the amount of athletic ability that I had was just unprecedented. You know, now that I think back on how I used to be, and I'm not like this anymore. That's the crazy feat about it. Like I kind of have had some external factors that have totally detrimented my health and the likes a little bit. And I'm trying to get back to it. I'm trying to train a little bit and get up to like maybe 5 miles, 5 mile runs and the likes, and also some sprints and the likes. You know, and I'm not trying to compete with the likes of motherfucking what's his name? The fastest runner in the world. I can't think of his name, but he's an all-star. He's totally the fastest man in the world and a good dude. And I'm sure I haven't met him, but nonetheless, the African that totally is an amazing species. You know, it's totally taken his athletic prowess to even an extreme beyond. He had to push it. You know, sometimes you have all the potential in the world, but sometimes you got to push that potential even further to hit an extent that's world renowned on the level that you're the best in the entire fucking world. So I'm sorry I can't think of the guy's name, and if you know the name, leave a comment. That's a value, you know, and the likes. And I'll think of it in a second here. Sometimes names slip me. I have so many thoughts, and I read so much. I have so much information that sometimes the brain, as superhuman as it is and supercomputer as it is, sometimes, you know, gets lazy and the likes. So I think it's of a reason that I might space out on his name, but I'm a good dude and totally you know, a superior specimen as far as speed goes. And intelligent too, I'm sure, you know, because you can't get to that level without having some sort of intelligence to realize that you got to push your own athletic ability to a higher prowess level, you know. So I think that's admirable and the likes. And I'm not sure how tall he is. I wasn't as fast as him, but quick as lightning, you know, quick as lightning. That's the general truth. And I'm just being bare modest. Bare modest. But, you know, sometimes, you know, without the right guidance and the likes, even the most greatest potential will be you know, belittled in the likes, not belittled, wasted in the likes because, you know, if you abuse too much, you know, if you just abuse your body and you abuse your mind and the likes, it can be a real detriment to your future prospective success. But I think, honestly, my thing is that I think the honest, general, and truth is that not everybody can be ultra athletic. You know what I mean? And I think not everybody can be ultra strong. And I think even if you're ultra athletic in the likes, you can't even always create a lifestyle out of the sport and the likes. But I think everybody that has a brain on them can literally create a lifestyle that's unparalleled by reading books, by seeking enlightenment, by seeking education, by seeking, you know, both formal and informal. And like the adage suggests, you know, informal education will make you a motherfucking fortune, baby. So keep reading books, man. I swear to God, man. I swear, like I'm an innocent man. I don't do too much wrongdoings and the likes. And for what it's worth, you know, I swear to God that maybe like there's a possibility that I possibly read more books in 1 month than most people read in an entire fucking lifetime. Like I know there's quite a few people that read a lot of books and the like, so I can't speak as a generalization, but I think from research I've researched and the likes, people aren't reading like they used to and the likes, even if it's fictional and the likes. And I read all non-fictional books, you know, and that's all I read because, I read a little bit of the Harry Potter book, but I mean, it was good, but I just, you know, at the time I wasn't in the right mind state to enjoy the beautiful things I could learn from the book and the creativity and the likes. That's her genius, in that book. But at the same token, I love the movies, and you know, at the same token, I'm more into you know, nonfiction. That's just my genuine truth, and I'm not offending her. I mean, obviously, I'm calling her a genius because of the creativity of the book, and the movies were genius too, just based off the books. And, you know, and it was all spawned off the book's ploy. So I think what it amounts to is that the books were genius, and that's amazing. It's very fucking valuable, and everybody loves the books. I mean, I read one of them, man, but I wasn't really paying attention. This was when I was a child, you know, so. But I watched the movies, and the movies were fucking bonkers good, so I know the books were fucking bonkers good too, you know. So I'm not gonna lie, man, but I'm just telling the truth. And sometimes the truth makes you look like an asshole, makes you look like a bad guy. But I'd rather tell the truth than be out here fronting. You know what I'm saying? So I try to keep it transparent. Just totally be honest. So I think that's a value in the likes. But the same token, reading more books in 1 month than people have read in a lifetime, the average person, isn't normal, man. It's just not normal. But at the same token, I think there's a lot of good things to come from that, and I think there's a lot of potential in that. And I'm not gonna say that it was work. It was just fun. I did it for entertainment. That's the crazy part about all this, and it's just fucking bonkers, man. This world is getting bonkers, and I want you to know that this world is getting more competitive and more fucking competitive. So I had a gentleman today, again, the stranger, suggest that he suggested that competition and we were talking about competition and the likes, and I was just suggesting that the world is more competitive than ever in the likes, and what that alludes to is literally that you got to get better still. If you want your kids to be competitive, you might have to get them a tutor. I mean, what is it going to cost you? There's tutors. You don't have to get the smartest person. You don't got to get fucking you don't got to get fucking Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates or fucking Elon Musk to fucking tutor your child. You can get one of these people that totally master the subject. They can totally spread some of the knowledge to your child. Algebra, it's a simple concept, right? There's nothing more simple than algebra, right? Like, let's be honest here, besides arithmetic, right? Like, algebra is simple as shit, and at the same token, like, you can have your child, your fifth grader, your sixth grader, getting tutored for algebra so they can take it to a whole new extreme and the likes. As a sixth grader, tutored as a fifth grader to get the pre-algebra, and then in sixth grade, totally be taking algebra and the likes. And that's not even pushing the limits of what's possible for the human brain. I think kids and children are that amazing that you could really push it to an extreme. But I think sometimes you don't want to be that extreme. I think excellence is great, but I think kids need to be kids and the likes, and you don't want to like abuse them like mentally and the likes. You know what I mean? Like as far as pushing them too much. I think you got to live a little too. But I think you still be an amazing person, an amazing child, and grow up to be an amazing human being with the right direction, and also pushing your mind to totally learn some critical principles and master them to an extreme level. Because kids are fucking sponges. Your kids need to learn some Chinese, because Chinese is a forerunning economy in this world coming up. In the next 150 years, they're going to be a pivotal player. I mean, the United States is just so fucking aggressive. I mean, I understand how it goes, but they might stay in their number 2 place, but at the same token, they are respected all around the world. They are buying up shit everywhere. They're buying up real estate everywhere. They have cash reserves at the ass and the likes. And maybe not as high of net worth as the United States and the likes, but it may be a different kind of environment than the United States and the likes, but still such politics as to be respected. You know what I mean? Major player, and you can actually use some of this U.S. Chinese or U.S. Asian trade to benefit your companies and the likes. And that's globalization, but nonetheless, like it is what it is. Like, and I think if you want to create in the United States, I mean that's good too. Make America great again. Make America great again. If you put on that motherfucking cap, make America great again. That's cool, man. I'm not fucking hating, but at the same token, like, if you got to globalize a little bit, fuck it, man. This is what this world's about, man. Like, cashing in. And I think that, like, you just got to be, I think it's good to be honest within the transparency of different economies and the likes and how they relate and the likes. I think that's a value. And I mean, I don't know too much, but at the same token, I'm learning a little bit more in the likes, and I'm still a youthful lad in the likes. So getting better still, and hopefully not rambling too much. I hope this was a value in the likes. Was it a value? Do you think? At the same token, I'm sorry for the mess in the background. Totally unprofessional. I'm trying to get my act together, but at the same token, I'm totally not a perfect person. You know what I mean? Like, I have a lot of charismatic traits, but at the same token, like, nobody's perfect, and sometimes some of the simplistic things are hard to deal with. When you got bigger ideas on your mind. You know what I mean? And I think Excuse me. Is there anything wrong with that? I think not. You know what I mean? At the same token, what I want to see, this is the last sentiment I'm going to leave you with. What I want to see is newfound principalities spring up and new companies spring up out of nowhere. I mean, obviously, in rebuttal to that, or in retrospect to that, you know, and it's a terrible, terrible feat. But old companies that are dinosaurs that are relating to the new economy and to the new youth and to the Generation Z and to the millennials that are the ones to adopt this digital age and the like, so much more, and trust the internet so much more. Although that's a whole nother story because there's a ton of risks with the digital web and with the likes to come, you know, futuristically with all these hackers and the likes. And, you know, if they can hack motherfucking Target, you know, like they can hack your small business. If they can hack, and I'm not saying they want to hack your small business, and I'm not saying it's at risk or anything, you know, like it's kind of fluke thing. And sometimes you just got to practice good protocol. And sometimes even Target practices poor protocol. And I'm not specifically calling Target out. Target's a great company and the likes, but at the same token, even Target may at times, like when these breaches occurred, they may have practiced malpractice as far as poor record treatment and security treatment and the likes to totally cause these breaches to be able to be occurred. But sometimes it's unpreventable and the likes because motherfuckers can be really smart. But I think honestly, breaches are preventable. I think breaches are preventable with high security and also with proper practice. But you can't get everybody in a globalized corporation to act with the same practice. You know what I mean? Like sometimes there might be one person in the whole corporation that makes a mistake, but that one mistake can cost millions of dollars. Blew my fucking mind, baby. Blew my fucking mind. So God bless, man, and thank you for tuning in and share the conversation because I think others deserve to come to the conversation. At the same token, realize that we're getting better still, and I got a lot on my plate, man. A lot on my plate. You know, sometimes, it doesn't feel that regular. Life doesn't feel that regular, you know, and the likes. But you know, sometimes the regular life is kind of boring. And even if you live a regular life, I think that's a value in the likes, but. And I'm not saying this or that or me or this or that or this or that or here or there, but what it amounts to is literally just that, and that is, sometimes things aren't regular. Like reading a lot of books is not that regular, you know, like with nobody reading these days and the likes. Like it is because you have such a super competitive advantage because if you're able to ideate ideas and turn ideas into money, especially if you get a platform that can turn ideas into money and the likes, you know, the best ideas. I'm talking about revolutionary ideas, like, you know, within regards to what's been accomplished in the past. And there's been a lot of great men in the past, you know, great minds and the likes, and you learn from them and expand off their, if I'm great, honestly, I love this quotation. This is not my quotation. I have a lot of quotations, more than Thomas Jefferson. I have more quotations than Thomas fucking Jefferson. But at the same token, what it amounts to is literally just this, and this is a quote. I don't know who's by. So if you know who's by, leave a comment below and tell me who this quote is by. But if I'm great, the quote is if I'm great, it's only because I'm standing on the shoulders of motherfucking giants. So the men of the past were giants. And it's easy for us. I mean, shit, all we gotta do is like be genius and expand off their ideas, and it's like it's revolutionary. Like they made it easy. And the people before that made it easy, and then, and so forth and so forth, and the like. So we are fortunate as ever to have had such great men in the past who have taught their lessons and the likes to us. And we can read this through books and the likes of prior and previous and current. Totally expand on, we stand on the shoulders of giants, and that's what makes us so great. Why we're so outstanding, why we're so amazing, why you're just brain fucking blown right now is because literally standing on the shoulders of giants. You know what I mean? And sometimes you take it to extremes regardless. With just, innate ability. There's minds that come around every century or so that just aren't usual. Usual minds and the likes. Or a couple of minds every couple hundred years that are just, exceptionally intuitive. That's intuition. Using intuition and high IQ and also creativity to expand on what other people expanded on that was satisfactorily great, to a whole extreme that's just so drastic that it's unparalleled to anything that's ever occurred before it. and that's a possibility for us and our children, and the future generations to come, and the likes. So I think it's of value, and I think it's so pivotal. And I hope this was of value. And again, I thank you so much for checking in. Oh my gosh, you look good. Gunshots, I love this. I've seen a meme where they literally gunshot it, like. So it's a beautiful day, and I appreciate you so much, and we'll talk very soon. Again, pleasure is all mine. It's an honor to have you with me. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. I think you are a special breed for checking into something that's so valuable and going to help you be so bright and to have the right motivation to work hard. Fuck it, man. Are you going to be lazy or work hard? Are you going to be smart or be dumb? Are you going to get smarter or stay complacent? Are you going to get better or stay the same? Are you going to get worse or get better? It's a simple mathematics, and this world is a mathematical universe, and the likes. And at the same token, all the science shit is based off mathematics and the likes. So that's the general ploy I'm gonna suggest, and you can disagree or agree or the likes, but we aren't all knowing at the same token with all that human ingenuity and the likes and genius. But at the same token, this is an amazing universe, and you can create anything. I want you to know you can create anything for yourself that you desire. Anything. Through hard work, through dedication, through intelligence, through relationships, and through prowess. Of all gamut of sorts and the like. So at the same time, we'll talk very soon. Invite others to the conversation. They deserve to be in on this the secret, So don't keep the wealth to yourself, Keep the wealth and abundance and spread it. Spread its love to make this world a richer world. You don't have to be as greedy as to think that there's not enough possibilities to create more wealth, instead of having to steal someone else's wealth. There's a possibility to create more wealth. Make the pie actually bigger. This is an economical principle. Make the pie actually bigger through genius. And then you get a bigger slice instead of having to steal someone else's slice. Although there is competition and the likes, and that's only a natural occurrence. You can totally compete, but also dominate, but also make the pie bigger so you can get a bigger slice without even affecting anybody else negatively. Okay, we'll talk soon, okay? Pleasure's mine. Stay on your motherfucking grizzle. How's that? That's slang for you. Oh my gosh. So so stay on your grind and totally appreciate life and totally appreciate your blessings and be thankful for those. And this is the most principal point. I'm sorry for rambling. I ramble all the time. You love it when I ramble or hate it when I ramble. My favorite catchphrase, but same token, don't forget to tell those that you love them while they're here, if you do love them, because at the same token, nothing lasts forever. And I've literally had people die in the likes, and and you didn't get the chance to appreciate them as much as you should have, in the likes. So that's a terrible disgrace. So keep your eyes open, keep your ears to the streets, and totally appreciate people while they're here, because people aren't here forever. There's a lot of risk. You think what you got is a lot, but in the blink of an eye, you could get shot. Look what happened to JFK. Look what happened to Malcolm X. Look what happened to Martin Luther King. Look what happened to, did I say it, JFK and the likes, and Abraham Lincoln, and all these motherfuckers, man. Like, you can have a lot, and still in the blink of an eye, you can get shot. So it's just something to keep in mind. Just realize you got to appreciate people while they're here, and also do as much work as you can and work as hard as you can and have as much fun as possible, baby. It's a beautiful time to be alive. So at the same time, we'll talk very soon. Peace.